Hello everyone. Today I will introduce you to Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, but, perhaps surprisingly, it does not have the highest temperatures. It is the second densest planet of the solar system, but also the smallest planet. The structure of Mercury makes it the most similar planet to Earth. Key facts and summary. Since Mercury can be seen without the need of a telescope, many ancient civilizations saw the planet, and as such it is impossible to determine who discovered it first. However, it was first observed with the help of a telescope in early 17th century, by Galileo Galilei. Galileo's crude telescope didn't manage to capture Mercury's phases. This would be observed later by astronomer Giovanni Zuppi in 1639. And thus he discovered that the planet had similar phases like Venus and the Moon. In ancient times, Mercury was taught as being two different objects in the sky, the morning star and the evening star. In Venus's case, it was also mistakenly believed to be two different things. Venus. Mercury was named after the Roman messenger god, because of its fast movements around the Sun. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun at a distance of 57.91 million kilometers, 35.98 miles or 0.4 astronomical units away. It takes sunlight 3.2 minutes to travel from the Sun to Mercury. Despite its closeness to the Sun, it is not the hottest planet. That title belongs to Venus, but Mercury is the fastest planet, completing a trip around the Sun in 88 Earth days. This also makes 1 year on Mercury the equivalent of 88 Earth days, the shortest year of any planet. It orbits around the Sun with a speed of about 29 miles or 47 kilometers per second. Despite being the smallest terrestrial planet from the solar system, and in fact the smallest of all the planets, it is the second densest planet in the solar system, with a density of 5.43 grams cubic centimeter. For a comparison, Mercury's size is about a third of Earth, and Earth has a density of 5.51 grams cubic centimeter. Mercury has a radius of 2.439 kilometers or 1,516 miles, and a diameter of 4.879 kilometers or 3.032 miles. Mercury's axis has the smallest tilt of any of the solar system's planets at about 130 degrees, while its orbital eccentricity is the largest of all known planets in the solar system. Mercury's distance from the Sun is only about 2/3 or 66% of its distance at aphelion. At its aphelion it is 0.44 astronomical units away from the Sun. At its closest distance or perihelion, it is 0.30 astronomical units away from the Sun. Mercury spins slowly on its axis and completes one rotation every 59 Earth days. One Mercury solar day or one full day-night cycle equals 176 Earth days, just over 2 years on Mercury. Reminder, 1 year on Mercury is 88 Earth days. Mercury does not have any known satellites or ring systems. Its surface is very similar to Earth's moon, implying that the planet hasn't been geologically active for many years. Instead of an atmosphere, Mercury possesses a thin exosphere made up of atoms blasted off the surface by the solar wind and striking meteoroids. Mercury's exosphere is composed mostly of oxygen, sodium, hydrogen, helium and potassium. Temperatures on the surface of Mercury are both hot and cold. During the day, temperatures on the surface can reach up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit, 430 degrees Celsius. Because the planet has no atmosphere to retain that heat, nighttime temperatures on the surface can drop to -290 degrees Fahrenheit, -180 degrees Celsius. These changes in temperature are the most drastic in the entire solar system. Mercury's magnetic field is offset relative to the planet's equator. Though the magnetic field at the surface has just 1.1% the strength of Earth's. It interacts with the magnetic field of the solar wind to sometimes create intense magnetic tornadoes that funnel the fast, hot solar wind plasma down to the surface of the planet. Mercury rotates in a way that is unique in the solar system. It is tidally locked with the Sun in a 3-to-2 spin orbit resonance. Mercury and Venus orbit the Sun within Earth's orbit. This makes them inferior planets. Distance, size, and mass. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, at a distance of 57.91 million kilometers, 35.98 miles or 0.4 astronomical units away. It takes sunlight 3.2 minutes to travel from the Sun to Mercury. Planets. Mercury has a radius of 2.439 kilometers or 1,516 miles, and a diameter of 4.879 kilometers or 3.032 miles. It is about the size of the continental United States, slightly bigger. It has a mass of about 3.285 1023 kilograms or about 5.5% that of Earth. Despite being the smallest planet from the solar system, it is the second densest planet in the solar system, with a density of 5.43 grams cubic centimeter after Earth. For comparison, Mercury's size is about a third of Earth, and Earth has a density of 5.51 grams cubic centimeter. Did you know? From the surface of Mercury, the Sun would appear more than 3 times as large as it does when viewed from Earth, and the sunlight would be as much as 7 times brighter. NASA's spacecraft Mariner 10 was the first mission to explore Mercury in 1974 to 1975. NASA's spacecraft Messenger was the first to orbit Mercury in 2008. Mercury's apparent distance from the Sun as viewed from Earth never exceeds 28 degrees. You could fit approximately 21,253,933 Mercuries inside the Sun. In ancient China, Mercury was known as the Hour Star, being associated with the direction of the north. Modern Chinese, Korean, Japanese and Vietnamese cultures refer to the planet as Water Star. Hindu mythology used the name Buddha Graha to refer to Mercury. This god was thought to preside over Wednesday. The god Odin or Woden of Germanic paganism was associated with the planet Mercury and also Wednesday. Maya people may have represented Mercury as an owl that served as a messenger to the underworld. Mercury can, like several other planets and the brightest stars, be seen during a total solar eclipse. Even though Mercury is a planet, it is even smaller than the largest natural satellites in the solar system, Ganymede and Titan, albeit Mercury is more massive. Mercury's core has a higher iron content than that of any other major planet in the solar system. Your weight on Mercury would be 38% of your weight on Earth, as Mercury has a gravity of 3.7 meters s squared, while Earth has 9.807 meters s squared. The most cratered planet in the solar system is Mercury. NASA has mapped the entire surface of Mercury. It is believed that Mercury has a tail, its streams of particles sloughing off its surface. The naming and discovery of Mercury cannot be attributed to anyone. The crater Caloris Basin is large enough to fit in the state of Texas. An event called a transit occurs 13 times every century, making it possible to see Mercury from Earth, as it crosses the Sun's face. Mercury is about 50% larger in diameter than Earth's moon. It would take about 18 Mercuries to match Earth. Mercury doesn't experience any seasons. It is one of the most popular planets in our imagination. Mercury is about twice as large as Pluto,